life cycle of malarial parasite. So, what is malaria? Malaria is an infectious disease caused by Plasmodium parasite. The 5 species of Plasmodium which causes malaria are Plasmodium novelsii, Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium ovale, Plasmodium falciparum and Plasmodium malariae. Plasmodium species are mainly transmitted to humans through the female Anopheles mosquito. The life cycle of Plasmodium is mainly divided into 2 stages, the human cycle and the mosquito cycle. The human cycle is further divided into pre-erythrocytic stage, erythrocytic stage and gametogony. The cycle starts when the female Anopheles mosquito bites man. The sporozoites are released from the mosquito's salivary gland and enters the human circulation. It finally ends up in the liver after 30 minutes. Once the sporozoite enters the liver, its shape alters from spindle shape to rounded and is now called trophozoite. This trophozoite is the feeding stage of the Plasmodium parasite. Now, once the trophozoite stays in the liver, it undergoes nuclear division and gets converted into pre-erythrocytic schizon. This pre-erythrocytic schizon stays in the liver for 5 to 15 days depending on the species of the Plasmodium parasite. After 5 to 15 days, this schizon gets released into the circulation. The number of schizon also varies according to the species, ranging from 10,000 to 30,000 merozoites. This stage of development of the Plasmodium parasite is known as pre-erythrocytic stage. Now, coming to the erythrocytic stage. The erythrocytic stage starts off with the hepatic merozoites entering the systemic circulation. Once it enters the circulation of the human body, it enters the RBC, that is the red blood cells of the body, by the process of endocytosis. Once it enters the RBC, it turns into trophozoite. The 2 forms of the trophozoite are ring form and late trophozoite form. Inside the RBC, the trophozoite gets converted into erythrocytic schizon. Now, these erythrocytic schizon gets released into the blood in the form of erythrocytic merozoites. Now, the complete cycle starting from hepatic merozoite up to erythrocytic merozoite usually takes place between 24 hours to 72 hours, again depending on the Plasmodium parasite species. The erythrocytic merozoite either goes and infect more RBCs in the circulation, or it may go to another stage called the gametogony. Gametogony simply means the formation of gametes. Now, in the gametogony stage, the merozoite enters the blood vessels of spleen and bone marrow. In the spleen and bone marrow, the merozoite forms either into a male gamete or a female gamete. Now, what are the differences between male and female gametes? The male gametes are comparatively smaller than the female gamete. They are lesser in number and the cytoplasm is pale blue, as you can see in the picture. Now, the nucleus of the male gamete is diffuse, large and stained red, whereas that of the female gamete is small, red and compact. The cytoplasm is stained deep blue. The gametes so formed in the circulation of the human body now enters the mosquito. How so? It enters the mosquito when the mosquito goes for a blood meal. Now, inside the mosquito, the male gamete undergoes nuclear division to form microgametes. whereas the female gamete undergoes maturation to form macrogametes. Within 30 minutes to 2 hours, the two gametes, that is microgamete and macrogamete, undergoes fertilization in the midgut. In the midgut, the fertilized macrogamete now forms the zygote, which goes on to form the eukaryote. Once the eukaryote is formed, it penetrates the stomach and forms the oocyst, that is an eukaryote surrounded by a membrane. This oocyst undergoes meiosis to form sporozoites. These sporozoites now migrate to the salivary gland of the mosquito, and once the mosquito sucks or bites another human being, it infects that human, hence starting the cycle all over again.